Tonight on Going Deep, it's how to take a nap. 22 minutes of a middle-aged man trying to fall asleep. Television ratings history is about to be made. This is a how-to show about things you think you know how to do. Because simple things are more complex than they seem. I'm David Rees. Let's do this.
We're going deep with David Rees.
When we asked our viewers what topics they wanted us to cover on this show, the #1 suggestion was how to take a nap, which I totally understand because I took the greatest nap of all time. I fell asleep one afternoon and I dreamt that a cluster of angels were shooting through outer space, singing me a heavenly chorus. And I woke up from that nap completely refreshed. And I have spent every afternoon since that nap trying to recapture that magic, and I have failed every time. I want to learn how to take a world-class #1 championship grade nap whenever I damn well choose. And I know you do too. There's a lot of guilt in our society about taking naps, and part of me had to ask, am I a bad person for wanting to learn how to take better naps? This man told me the answer.
So cheap, so cheap.
Does this feel like a real TV show to you?
Remind me to get you an actual clapper.
No, we don't. We got rid of that. We sold it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because we needed food. His name's John Hodgman. He's a writer, a performer, a DJ, and a nap enthusiast. And best of all, he has no shame and never apologizes for anything.
A nap is an expression of utter selfishness. It is saying, I need to shut all of you out for a little while.
Sometimes I feel like I really need a nap, and then I feel guilty, like, but you're a grown-up. Napping is for people who are really young, like babies, or people who are really old, you know, like my parents.
It is easy when expectations of adulthood are put on you to feel like, I don't deserve a nap. And when you believe that you don't deserve a nap, that alone would make you cranky, never mind exhaustion.
Right.
The shame over closing your eyes for a while, it makes one feel guilty about acknowledging one's basic human needs. Hunger, sleep, sexual appetites,
Right.
poop, pee.
These are all just things that bodies do.
Now, I'm not a doctor. I need to stress this more and more. But a 20-minute break from all screens, distractions, work, it's profoundly restorative. The light that is emitted from those phones and devices, it lowers melatonin production, it messes with your eyes. Every signal you're giving to your brain when you look at these devices
Right.
is, it's morning time, wake up, wake up,
Right,
wake up.
right.
It essentially is like you're looking into a light box, you know, for,
And then wondering why you
for
can't turn around and fall asleep.
seasonal affective
Right.
disorder.
How does shameless napper John Hodgman know when it's time for one of his naps? This award-winning recreation may help you understand.
Let's say I'm working over here, and I get tired, and I can feel myself start to lose focus, start to get mushy mentally. My temper starts to flare. I start yelling at the screen. I don't want to give to your Kickstarter. I'm getting cranky, just like a baby. It's time for my nap.
No, I think that's a good lesson. You should be monitoring yourself for when you need a nap. You should have the self-awareness to be able to say, oh, baby's cranky, baby needs a nap.
Yeah.
Baby is me.
Baby is me.
Turn off all personal electronic devices before taking your nap. Here's everything scientific I know about naps. A good nap makes me feel good, and a bad nap makes me feel horrible. That's it, that's all I know. So let the science begin. What is a nap? A scientist dedicating her waking life to the study of sleep, Dr. Rebecca Spencer is a professor in the Psychological and Brain Sciences Department at UMass Amherst. She also runs the school's sleep lab, which looks like a sketchy apartment building that swallowed a dorm. Just being there made me kind of sleepy. What is a nap?
A nap would be any brief bout of sleep. Typically, we think of them taking place during the day, as opposed to your overnight sleep.
So a nap is designed in opposition to regular sleep, which is nighttime sleep.
Right.
Okay.
Right. You essentially go through 4 sleep cycles throughout the night, and if your nap is long enough, you would hit all of those cycles.
What are the sleep cycles?
Stage 1, probably the only time you're familiar with experiencing this is if you fall asleep in a strange place.
Okay.
You might jerk yourself awake
Right.
and report having a dream of falling from the sky or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. It's called a hypnagogic jerk.
Sorry, I'm gonna say it again. Hypnagogic jerk.
Or a hypnic jerk would be the easier.
Could have told me that one first, but that's fine. Keep going.
Stage 2, you go through transitionally at the beginning of sleep, and then you go in and out of it at the end of sleep. It seems like it's really good for helping us learn sequences of movements, so motor skill learning.
Okay.
And stage 3 is my favorite. That's also called slow wave sleep. Slow wave sleep is the point in your sleep when you take your memories of today and you replay them.
In stage 3 sleep, your brain replays your entire day backwards in fast motion. That helps you retain new information. And that leaves one last stage.
Right.
And this stage is
REM.
the famous stage. I know everyone's heard of REM sleep.
Right.
None of us know what it is.
So what happens in REM sleep is you take those recent memories that you reactivated in slow wave sleep, and it's being integrated with other things. So that's where you get these creative scenarios, is you now have this, but now a friend from high school walks in, or perhaps your high school biology teacher. You might have a purple elephant.
And don't take this the wrong way, but I'm starting not to trust what you were saying because it sounds too fantastical.
It is.
What I always heard about dreams was the dream is the time when your brain doesn't have the filter that says that couldn't be happening right now.
That is true, and we have no muscle movement during REM sleep for just that reason. In case we can't distinguish reality from a dream, we can't really act out our dreams because we have no muscle tone in REM sleep.
The best thing you're saying for sleeping is to get through all 4.
Right, because all of them serve and function.
Okay,
That's right.
cool. Coming up, a bed is about to get dissed. Really, guys? How many cents did this mattress
We're
cost?
taking donations.
Okay. Rebecca and her lab monitor the brain's electrical impulses during sleep. They're researching how the brain processes cognitive and motor tasks. She offered to let me get my own nap test for free. You know I was game. Really, guys? How many cents did this mattress cost?
We're taking donations.
Okay. I feel like I might actually do a good job taking a nap. God damn it. Ugh. This sucks. Rebecca? Okay.
It's not working. You actually were really close at a couple
This
points.
is the feeling of being tired and yawning and not being able to fall asleep is one of the worst feelings in the world. I hate it.
Right.
Knowing that there's like 20 people sitting around like, when is this gonna fall asleep so we can get our nap footage? It's causing me all this stress. Is there like a breathing exercise or something? Like, how do I actually fall asleep?
I go through and relax from toe to head. So if you
What do you
first
mean?
concentrate on your toes and get your toes to be as relaxed as possible, then you concentrate
You
on
just
the
go
foot,
through your whole body?
and you go all the way toe to head.
Okay, goodbye everybody. Everybody out.
He's going into stage 2 sleep right now. Right here. You can wake him up whenever.
Holy I fell asleep. How long was I asleep?
About 20 minutes.
I thought it was like 30 seconds.
You had some nice sleep too.
That nap was fun, but it's not the nap I've been dreaming of. Turns out, not all naps are created equal. These scribbles are my thoughts and dreams.
They are.
Okay.
So here you're definitely asleep. You might have come out a little bit of that sleep, but
Right.
probably not quite long enough to be aware of it.
Okay. Is it not possible to get a well-rounded nap in 20 minutes?
These short naps that just want to refresh your attention, 20 minutes is sufficient. If your goal is to, let's say, start processing some memories because maybe you're studying for an exam, then you might want to actually nap for longer. Or let's say you're an artist or really needs the creativity that you can get out of REM sleep, well, then you really need a long midday nap.
If you want to get refreshed, 20 minutes. If you want to remember some stuff, 45,
Maybe an hour.
an hour.
Yeah.
And if you want to have an amazing creative or scientific breakthrough, 90 minutes.
Try it, yep.
I like the specificity of that. Don't attempt a nap until you've been awake for at least 6 hours. 4 more hours. If I can get all these benefits from different lengths of naps, why am I messing around with overnight sleep at all? Why don't I just live on nothing but naps? This is Marie Staver, a polyphasic sleeper. You could call her an extreme napper. Is it possible to live entirely on naps?
It's difficult, but it's definitely possible. Currently, I live on 3 hours of sleep and 3 naps a day. Roughly speaking, one 20-minute nap replaces about an hour and a half of sleep.
Wait, what? So you're only sleeping 4 hours a day?
Yes. And when I sleep all night like a normal person, I need 9 hours of sleep.
It takes me 10 hours to get like 4 good hours.
Well,
But you're getting nothing but 4 good hours.
I'm getting nothing but 4 good hours.
You have to take these naps at a particular time every day?
Because I get 3 hours of sleep at night, I can move my nap by about an hour either way.
So how is your social life different?
So we're at a party, we're chatting, we're having a good time, there's people around, right? And I go, oh, you know what, guys? I'll be right back with you. And then 20 minutes later, I go, oh, I feel better. Where's my drink? Really what being monophasic, what sleeping 8-10 hours at night buys us is the ability to stay awake the whole rest of the time in a row. And we've only actually evolutionarily been doing that for a handful of hundreds of years. Human beings, like all of the other primates, are naturally polyphasic. You'll notice that you have a baby, you have to train it to sleep at night. It normally sleeps in rolling naps.
That's interesting. Polyphasic sleep is sleeping multiple times over a single 24-hour period. And before the Industrial Revolution, most people were actually polyphasic sleepers. They'd go to bed at sundown, get up for a couple hours around midnight, and then go back to bed again. But electricity and the Industrial Revolution led to humans consolidating their sleep into one long overnight stretch in order to stay awake longer at work. And that was the only downside to the Industrial Revolution. Coming up, my nap investigation leads to an awkward conversation about group sex among manatees.
I've been in print calling it the most boring orgy you'll ever see.
I've been to some pretty boring orgies.
Well, yeah.
You see Rees sleeping there in my yard when I was supposed to be interviewing her? Because she's on a very disciplined sleep schedule, she needs to be able to make the most of any environment in order to take a nap. I had her prove this to me at my library.
You told me public libraries are good places to take naps. Why is that?
Partly because they're often nice if it's your public library and they don't mind you taking a quick nap.
Right.
But also because people are quiet and there's lots of good napping equipment around.
I like that you called it equipment. That suggests a very active engagement with your environment when napping.
Napping is something you have to get out there and do. It doesn't happen for you.
You hear that? You can't sit around waiting to get good at napping. You need to roll up your sleeves and get dirty. We started getting dirty in the fiction aisle.
Really, all that's important for a nap is being able to arrange your body so that you can relax your muscles. I think if we get creative, we can do it.
Let's do it.
We can do it.
Relax. Either of us could sleep very comfortably on this bench, but there's only one bench and there's two of us.
This leads us to a brilliant bit of improvisation,
Which is?
the two-person nap. So we find a balance point and relax all of our muscles. You're gonna prop your feet up either on the bottom of the chair or the back of the chair, however high
Okay.
you want them. You're gonna slide down until your neck is supported by the back of the chair you're on.
I don't think.
Personally, David, I am a big fan of just sleeping on the tables.
See, I can't do that because I have to lean over too much.
You can build yourself
I can build a little nap like just my size.
with a bigger book.
Is this my privacy
You
screen?
can make a privacy screen.
This is awesome. Do you have a shot of this? This is incredible.
I was amped to start taking naps wherever I damn well pleased. But I was worried about safety. I wanted to be able to sleep with one eye open. So I spent some quality time with expert nappers who can do just that. Welcome to Manatee Country, Homosassa Springs, Florida. This is Dr. Katie Tripp, Save the Manatees Club Director of Science and Conservation. She schooled me in manatee sleep. I like to sleep, and I like to take naps. And when I was a kid, manatees were honestly one of my favorite animals because all they do all day is sleep.
So manatees sleep anywhere from 2 to 12 hours a day.
No, my understanding is they sleep like 90% of the time.
No.
Is that not true?
I don't think so.
So my childhood devotion to manatees was based on a falsehood. They don't sleep all day.
They're still pretty chill and relaxed. I think they're still good models of rest and relaxation.
Feet out. Make way for manatees. All right, here we go. Do manatees take naps?
Yeah.
How?
Manatees will oftentimes move themselves into a shallow area where they can just make a very minor elevation change to breathe. Unihemispheric sleep makes sense for marine mammals that have to come up to the surface before they take a breath.
Humans sleep bihemispherically with both halves of their brain, but some birds and marine mammals sleep unihemispherically. So what happens is half their brain is asleep and the other half is awake, allowing the animal to breathe or detect predators. And some research shows that manatees can actually sleep both unihemispherically and bihemispherically. So half their brain is asleep and half their brain is awake?
Enough of a wakefulness state where they're consciously breathing and sometimes also have motor function.
Okay, I want that.
Okay.
How do I get that?
Probably need to dial back the clock on evolution. There are trade-offs associated with it. If you are a human and you have the luxury of sleeping completely in a safe environment,
Right.
your brain and your body get a lot more rest. It's more efficient
It's more efficient.
because you're resting both sides at once. You get to completely shut that brain down. Your breathing is, involuntarily happening. It goes on without you.
That's true. You don't have to be half awake in order to keep breathing. That's awesome. Since you can't nap in public with one eye open, nap with two eyes open. No one will mess with you if you look like this. Are they social? Do they travel in big groups?
They are most social in the wintertime when they're all aggregated at the warm water. The biggest group you're likely to see is actually a mating herd. I've been in print calling it the most boring orgy you'll ever see.
I've been to some pretty boring orgies.
Well, yeah.
Did that manatee just literally snort with contempt at my dumb joke?
Probably.
Is that what that was?
I think so.
That was incredible. Coming up, I learned how to control my dreams and my nightmares. I know I'm messing up, but don't kill me. One of the reasons I was so excited to recreate the best nap of all time is because that nap contained the greatest dream of all time. I would pay $1 million to recreate that dream, or learn how to control my dreams. I don't have $1 million, so instead I fell asleep. I dreamt I was back in high school and I wasn't wearing any pants. I also dreamt I met Thomas Peisel, a lucid dreaming expert and author who can control his own dreams. I dreamt that Thomas wasn't wearing pants either. And lucid dreaming is controlling your dreams, right?
Well, not controlling them, it's about being awake in them.
Would it feel like you're in a dream just the way you're at the park?
Yeah, but even more visceral. So you're in the dream, and then something spontaneous happens, and you look around and you realize, wait a second, I'm actually in a dream right now in this moment.
And up until that moment, you were so dumb, you thought the dream was real life.
Exactly.
There's a dream that I had once that was incredible. I woke up feeling like $1 million, and I want to have that dream again. Can I just create the dream, like summon it up? Like, I want to have this dream now. Can I do that if I learn lucid dreaming?
Sure, yeah. One step is to keep a dream journal, but it really
Right.
just takes your attention. It takes putting your awareness to it.
Right.
Once you put your focus to it, they'll start blossoming. These fragments will become longer, they'll become more structured.
Right.
And these are ways to trigger lucidity. You could say, I always dream about being in the ocean.
Right.
And you could say, next time I'm at the ocean, I'll ask if I'm dreaming.
You're saying from now on, 100% of the time, if you're at the ocean, ask yourself if you're dreaming, even if I'm truly just actually at the ocean?
That's a good habit to have throughout your whole day. It just kind of brings you to this moment.
Okay. Dream journal, reality check. Is that all I need?
The most powerful technique that I found, and other lucid dreamers, is called awake back to bed. So you're gonna wake up 6 hours after you went to bed.
Okay.
And you're gonna stay up for about 20 minutes with the intent, okay, the next place I'll be will be a dream, and then go back to sleep.
Okay.
Now with that strong intent, you're gonna go right into a dream,
And you're immediately gonna know you're dreaming?
ideally.
Another cool aspect of lucid dreaming is the ability it gives you to defuse your nightmares. So for instance, I had this nightmare where there was this creepy guy who was making me arrange some sticks in a particular order. It was like a total anxiety dream. I know I'm messing up, but don't kill me. But I became aware within the nightmare that it was only a dream.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm dreaming. This is a dream.
It was all in my head. I got lucid.
Thomas, come to me in my dream.
David,
Hey, buddy.
welcome to the dream world.
Thank you.
And I made my nightmare work for me.
Take this. And this tune better be delightful.
I understand sleep. I understand dreams. I understand relaxation. I understand I'm about to nap my ass off. Schedule your nap halfway between waking up in the morning and going to bed at night. Predetermine the length of your nap. 20 minutes for refreshment, 60 minutes for memory retention, or 90 minutes for inspiration. Stop using your computer and your phone at least 20 minutes before starting your nap. Choose an environment that is cool, quiet, shut up, and dim. Relaxing your core, feel free to explore postures you would never consider for regular sleep. To help fall asleep, breathe deeply from your chest and occupy your mind with your body. Once asleep, try to determine if you're dreaming. If you realize you're dreaming, manipulate your dream. Wake up when you hear, smell, see, or feel your alarm. If you don't feel refreshed, take another nap. My goal for this episode was to be able to take a nap anytime, anywhere. We were shooting on a squash court for a different episode when I started feeling really frustrated and grumpy. Everyone needs to leave me the alone. all right? And I'm not kidding.
It was my body telling me it was the perfect time to do our nap test.
Now, unfortunately, I don't have my eye mask or my earplugs or my earphones or some of my other napping equipment. But the truth of the matter is, you go to sleep with the nap you have, not the nap you wish you had. So I improvised using my hoodie, my apron, and a towel that I stole. I turned off my phone, started breathing deeply, and I focused my mind on relaxing my body, inch by inch.
I think I fell asleep for a second. How long was I down here? Half an hour. I feel like how you feel when you wake up from a nap. Surrounded by strangers.
I did it! I took a nap!
Do we have to leave yet? I will.
And it was so delicious, I went back for a second bite.
Wake me up in 3 hours.
If I can do it, I know you can too. Just believe in yourself, trust your body, focus your mind, and follow your dreams. Don't you ever give up on your nap.
Did you really have sex with something that wasn't a person?
Oh, yeah. This purple, fanged, almost slug.